Thank you for turning to page 121. For today's video, we're going to go to the excellent Monster Manual 2, and we're going to take a look at the Quickling. I love Quicklings, nasty little critters. They are very rare, fortunately. 4 to 16 appearing. I've never needed more than 1 or 2. Armor class -3, 96-inch movement. They have 1.5 hit dice. They get 3 attacks per round with a dagger. And special attacks see below, special defenses see below. They save as 19th level clerics. They are high to genius level intelligence. They are chaotic evil. They're 2 feet tall. These things are nasty. They move at a 96-inch movement rate, which means they can literally run in, strike you, and be out of the area before you can even react to them. I'm going to read a little bit of the detail of them and tell you how I've used them in my campaigns. These small, slender, extremely fast-moving creatures are said to be a race of brownies who dabble in magic and mysteries best left alone. Thus, legend relates, the little folk were changed into evil creatures of great maliciousness toward humans, demi-humans, and other little people. They dwell in dark woodlands and wild evil areas. They're also really good in dungeons. Any group of Quicklings encountered will have one individual of 3 hit dice, and if 10 or more encountered, then 2 of them will have 3 hit dice, and 1 will be at 4.5 hit dice. That's a lot for this critter. Because of their amazing speed, Quicklings have an excellent armor class of -3. This speed allows 3 attacks per round with their needle-like daggers. Leaders have a 75% chance to have a poison, which causes victims to fall into a drug slumber unless save versus poison is successful after each hit. Quicklings can put out a party. These things don't seem like much, but they can be a TPK even on a group of 6th to 8th level characters. They don't hit a lot at 1.5 hit dice, but they get a lot. They don't penetrate the armor class a lot, but they do get a lot of strikes in a round. They get 3 in a round. I'd say they're going to get a hit in. If they have the sleep poison, you're in more trouble. All Quicklings are able to use the following spell-like abilities once per day, 1 at a time. Ventriloquism, Forget, Levitate, Shatter, Dig, and Fire Charm. I'm pretty good. They're 90% likely to be invisible when moving due to their speed. When motionless, in natural cover, they are totally invisible. When attacking, Quicklings can be seen only as a blur. Thus, their speed and dexterity of 18 allow them to save against all attack forms as if they were 18th level clerics. It's impossible to surprise a Quickling. Quicklings speak their own language and that of brownies, pixies, and halflings. They can speak many other words of common, although at high pitch and too quickly to be easily understood. The Quickling race is short-lived because of their accelerated rate of motion. Mature at about 1 to 2 years of age, Quicklings die between 12 and 15 years of age. So they're nasty, but they're not around for a long time. I have only ever used Quicklings as 1 and 2's encounters, and I've used Quicklings as encounters even as high as 12th and 13th level characters. With their high rate of attack, keeping them at hit dice, or even if you move them to 3 hit dice, they're extremely hard to deal with. The armor class -3, I feel, includes their blur / invisibility when they're running. I don't impose the -4 that could be imposed by that, which would make them an effective -7. I understand DMs that do, and I played under a DM who did, but I don't play it that way. I take it that the -4 for you to hit striking an invisible creature is already rolled into the -3 armor class. So extremely tough little encounter because of the low armor class, the speed with which they move. This is almost like if someone were to strike with Boots of Striding and Springing and leap away. I've had Quicklings come in, strike by surprise, stab somebody 3 times with their little daggers, and then run off before anybody even knew what happened. And then had them come back in for other strikes and leave again and come in again and leave again and just harass and plague the party. Interesting, one of the Quicklings was used in the Drizzt Do'Urden prequel novel from the 90s, Sojourn. Drizzt deals with a Quickling and has a pretty innovative way of dealing with it. Spoiler alert on this 30-year-old novel if you haven't read it yet. Drizzt gets the Quickling chasing him, Drizzt, up a narrow mountain pass, and Drizzt has brought a shovel with him. So Drizzt is standing there, and he has the shovel deployed next to him, blocking the entire path. The shovel is black and blends in with the the poor lighting in this particular area. It's at night and everything. So the Quickling sees Driz standing there, goes to go around him, and runs flat on into the shovel in a very Warner Brothers type moment that I always enjoyed. And that's how Driz deals with it. So that end of spoiler. I love Quicklings. I think they're a great encounter. I think you have to be careful with these. They seem like they'd be something you could throw in at a maybe 5th or 6th level. Don't. They can do a total party kill, especially if you give them the sleep power. And then one other variant I did, or 2 variants I did with Quicklings. One was for my Walpurgis game. That's the game where I purposely kill everybody, but it doesn't count. I've done several Walpurgis videos. In this Walpurgis, the Quickling had ingested a potion of speed. So this guy was moving at 192 inches per round and was attacking 6 times a round, and they had a heck of a time dealing with him. I actually dropped a 10th level fighter with just this Quickling with a potion of speed. And another encounter I did in a regular campaign years ago was the Quickling had a pair of boots of speed, which gave a 24-inch movement rate, but I rolled that these particular boots doubled the Quickling's speed. So he again was moving at 192-inch movement, but because this was in a Walpurgis game where I was trying to kill the players, the Quickling found very quickly that the boots actually burnt him out, and he was exhausted within a few rounds. So I got in some really good hits, but then he was too tired to move. The players were able to take him out, and as part of the encounter, the treasure they got was a pair of boots of speed. So just a couple of uses I've done with Quicklings beyond normal encounters. Quicklings appear with fair regularity in my campaign. I love them, and I enjoy putting them in. So that's all I've got today from page 121 out of Monster Manual 2. If you like what you heard, please like and subscribe. Please leave any comments below, and I'll see you next time on page 121.